reflect upon it, and you can offer it to the Dream Master to create a dream to explore. That is to say, now, you can enter into a kind of dialogue. Curious kind of dialogue. That means there's something you're doing, you're turning about and treating yourself on the highest level in the dream world. Let's see if we can go another step now. I think we're clear on this. Okay, here's where you go. You first have to create the dialogue with yourself. You first have to create the dialogue with yourself. You have to tell yourself, as you understand your problems or the issues that you're facing, you have to talk to yourself about it. An active inner interior dialogue. You have to fill it with intensity because it's your life, and therefore you can through this highlight it. The degree to which you highlight it and show a concern for it, it's going to become part of the things in your life that are important to you without any manipulation, naturally. Since it's going to be a concern in your life, your Dream Master is going to deal with it naturally, and you know it will, and therefore an interior dialogue sets up the condition for highlighting what you think is significant in your life, and your dream is going to pick that up and it's going to tell you whether you're right or wrong. Better than that, it's going to point out where you're off. What does it presuppose? An interior dialogue. Now,
can you give a little more on what you mean by the interior dialogue?
How do you get it? You already have the material for it. Take whatever, let us assume now that this is a dream, this is a dream, and this is a dream. Through it, you can recognize themes. You can see there are certain images that are highlighted that reappear in a variety of ways. So you can see connecting themes between dreams. Now, you can do two things. You can talk to someone else about these. You can talk to someone else about them. You can discuss them. And after such a discussion, could you not then turn and talk to yourself about it yourself, since you've already done this homework? Just as you were talking about it a short while ago, and you mentioned it before, would you not agree you were reflecting upon it yourself? What would happen if you treat it systematically as a dialogue? What's the difference? What would you be doing?
Well, you would talking and discussing it with yourself without this idea of systematic, what you were saying, that it comes up when you're walking along, you're driving along, something like that. When you say systematic, you would sit down to do it. That's like you would sit on a pillow, is that something? You would sit down to do it, and you would attempt to stay on it, you'd ask questions about it, so on and how much further you can say about it. That's what it means when you say systematic.
But you're giving it intention.
That's right. Well, giving it
attention.
Rather than
you're
just
giving it concern.
Yeah.
You're giving it concern. It becomes an object of contemplation.
And you're acknowledging its importance.
You're acknowledging its importance.
So if it is going to come out for you, it's more likely to come out if you recognize you acknowledge its divinity.
Then you're working, then you're a co-worker with the Dream Master. You're a co-worker with the Dream Master. Look, you're a co-worker, aren't you? You're understanding it, you're working along with it, you're talking about it, you're reflecting on it, meditating on it. You're a co-worker in the process. So therefore, through this, you become a co-partner in your own development. That means likeness becomes more heightened. When likeness becomes more heightened, right, that's a conversion. That's a conversion. That's a turning about. That's a conversion. That's a perfecting. That's being guided, and taking a role in the guidance.
Being concerned about the concerned one.
You're being concerned about the concerned one. Therefore, you are now entering in as a co-partner. It's no longer something that's happening to you. You're not passive. Therefore, to the degree then that this goes on, this term highlights. This highlights. And would you not agree, what is being highlighted is the thing you are becoming like is the Dream Master. So therefore, it becomes the model. You become the copy. There's a perfecting going on through likeness, and you're becoming closer and closer to the model, the Dream Master, through the process of likeness.
So by the act of seeking the model, you're bringing out those virtues within yourself that are the model's most perfectly.
Yes.
So telemachy, it's a telemachy story. By seeking the Father,
He becomes like the Father.
becomes like it.
Yeah. That's a kind of development, isn't it? Now notice what has to be here. What has to be here is that you have to find the good. You have to find that it's a good. You have to find that it's a good for you. Right? You have to find this. You have to find it. You have to recognize it. And you have to then name it. Say it. Because without that recognition, without putting the name on it, that means an unwillingness to admit something very significant.
That's what I want to understand. What is that unwillingness?
Well, do you have a dream?
No.
Oh, we could take a look at it. Because that has to, you see, that's a theme, isn't it? Obviously, that is a concern to the gentleman, isn't it? Obviously, right? Is it not likely, from what we've been saying, that theme is going to show itself up in a dream? We would expect it. Without having to force it, though, right? We'd have to sit back and look at it.
It shows itself up in a refusal to take the dream, a fear, a shame, guilt, some state of mind that I don't know. Less said about that, the better. It is a vivid dream when I go back to sleep and forget it.
Yes. The feelings you're having are correct, the assignment is wrong. The feelings are always right, the assignment is always wrong. Yes. Yes. See, the major principle in all reflection and dream work